monkeys lazy beaming. Big A and Mr. Quincy, we out here to pop shit. $1 in a dream, monkeys lazy beaming. Big A and Mr. Quincy, we out here to pop shit. Tough nails, scratching chalk boys. The motherfuckers on the street, fuck a dog boy. So got a boom pop, what's that doom drop? Grind set, no latex, it's real raw. Sigma male, I'm all chest and all legs. Real men getting scarce like joke tags. Hit them off in shop first try, don't mean to flex. In a clown suit, make all your mothers. I'm just spitting facts. Big Abe is stepping coat. He went from glizzy hands, now he the bloom gold. Some call him Big Papa, most of us know better. Shout out to
What's up, what's up?
Don't get it twisted either. All caps for MF a doom. I'm better, he like the MF bloom. Hold your coffee up if you a Ghost fan. Hold your glizzy up if you a fuck all the purple haze. All we need is yellow. Started with Nana Farms, and now we steady mellow. Started with Monkey Crack, now we got helipads. Started with the single sniper, now we got like 4 of that. Hey, it's K, mean Sonic King.
Big dreams, call me dumb and the way it's so tell things. Yeah, we got big dreams. I'm talking big dreams.
Bro, wait.
Big party next year, that's the big thing.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good? What's popping? Dude, the fucking Darman line in that video. Did you guys know that so you guys know Sniper Wolf, right? Like old school, huge YouTuber, millions forever. Apparently she does Darman reacts that each get multi-million views. So the Darman video gets multi-million views. Then she reacts to them and they get multi-million views. But the reacts are 100% sincere. It's like, no, it's not biting my shit because mine is like making fun of it. She watches it and she's like, you know, like the bad guy in the thing will like do something like, man, you know, bullies child or whatever, gets instantly regrets it. And like, she'll be like, that man shouldn't bully that child. She'll just literally watch it like verbatim and like repeat what the lesson is and get 2 million. It's fucking crazy. I thought 100% that was a joke. And then I actually checked it out. Anyway, here's an example. Dad ruins gender reveal party. Okay, here we go.
Hello friends, it's me. And today is Darman Monday and we're gonna be watching a video about a dad who ruins a gender reveal party. Like for his own baby?
Sign-R-N.
Oh my gosh, I knew.
Why didn't you tell me?
Whoa! How are you gonna get mad at the wife like it's her fault? She don't get to pick! I wanted it to be a surprise.
Bro, and it's all this. It's all like legitimately verbatim repeating what the obvious. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's like she's reading Tortoise in the Hare and she's like, whoa, why are you running so fast, Hare? You're going to have to take a nap later. The slow and steady tortoise is going to catch up to you. It's like, it's like what you're seeing on screen. It's crazy. It's genius. It's genius. It's genious. To me, that's what half of YouTube shorts are like. What do you mean? Explain that to me. Half of YouTube shorts are like what? I'm not a huge shorts nor TikTok person. So what's the meta? What are you talking about? It's for little children? No, I think deceptively, it's probably not all children. Any Hitman today? New update? What's the new update? What's the new Hitman update? Weren't you supposed to switch to 3-night schedule? Shut the fuck up. My schedule's my schedule, bro. We'll adapt. I cleaned the house because Ari was coming home. The house is looking good today. God damn. And then Ari's home, and then I hung out with her, and then I went live. She might join actually and bring the pets. When you get an SVB hat, I have an SVB shirt that Ari made me. Muffin skips are back. I'm aware of that. That wasn't a new patch, right? That happened a few days ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. New Hitman update. Agent 47 gets a girlfriend. Poggy's real. Would kind of ruin his Sigma status, right? How is he gonna have a girlfriend and then also globetrot the world, killing the same syndicate over and over and over? Yunzi, thank you for the tier 1. Remon, thank you for the tier 1. Droffman, thank you for the 2 months. Natural Rubber, thank you for the 11th. It's Natural Rubber is like, is that like, like wearing Google Glass or something, you know, something that repels all interested parties so that you have a natural rubber so you never have any sex. It's a natural contraceptive. Oh, you play League of Legends. Okay, yes, okay. Yes, I see. League of Legends, the natural rubber. No one who plays League of Legends actively has ever had a kid, and that's on God. What's good? Nicholas Proden, what's good? Kavistan, EJ Hardy, Cardboard GG, thank you for the 4 months. Jay Macer, Cosmic Strings, SJS Shark. Are you a San Jose Sharks fan? When I lived in San Jose for NVIDIA, I had to passingly pretend to like the Sharks because everyone at work did. So I don't know if they're even good or not. I just know that everyone put little Sharks things in their fucking desks and stuff. It was big. It was big at the fucking Twitter. They're not doing well. Maybe because I left. Maybe they, without my support, they've probably lost a lot of their hometown. Hey, Shark, if you play Peggle, I will literally make 10 songs about it. That's not why. That is not a motivator for me. The songs are a byproduct of me finding a game that I want to play. It's not I play a game because of the songs. You know what I'm saying? And also, you making 10 songs, I can't imagine the quality. It's, you know, you churning out half an album of Peggle songs is not such a motivator for me. That's a good deal. I'd take that deal. All right, well, then you do it. All right? And he'll make fucking Peggle songs about you. J.O. warm up. That chatter is actually Beyonce, and you fucked up the bag. Is that you, B? I didn't know that. I'm sorry, Beyonce. I didn't know you were going to make a fucking 10 song. That's a really good album. Shark Tank Tonight? Maybe. I'm not against the idea of Shark Tank Tonight. Yeah, there's some videos I've been wanting to watch myself that I've been putting off. So I figured I would watch those. Put this on. Big Ed, I just want a solo Fortnite match. Wait, is this? Let me make this a little quieter. There. Hi, Dr. Battle. Nicholas Proden, Teardown. Teardown could be fun. What I thought I was going to do, I had this idea kind of batting around in my head. Did anybody ever watch the video I made? The greatest gamer you've never heard of or something? It's about Bisu. It's about the epic match he made between Bisu and Flash. It's like an excellent StarCraft. I kind of thought it would be interesting to do a video explaining, showing some matches and shit, why people that watched StarCraft considered Flash to be the greatest gamer of all time. Just showing some of his, like, because I'm not even a fan of Flash. I just consider him the greatest gamer of all time. I don't even like him. I think he's a fucking smarmy dude. But I think that would be cool to show and just tell some cool stories. I might do that, but I don't know if I'm doing that today. Are you gonna play Tears of the Kingdom? I wasn't gonna play Tears of the Kingdom on stream, and then I found out that it's like basically fucking Gary's Mod meets Teardown. I wish I could just do the puzzles on stream and try to make weird solutions for them. I watched the new YouTube video. Loved how you roasted that child. I haven't uploaded a YouTube video in fucking 100 days. So I don't... Certainly not one where I roast the child. Are you getting up for T1 JDG? Maybe. I'll probably just wake up in the morning and watch it. Is that such a crime? If you like backseating, you will love playing TOTK. Is it that bad? I thought games that are new don't have backseating as much. Or is it terrible? I hate backseating, bro. I don't want fucking backseaters. Zelda is the back sweatiest game on Twitch. Bro, every game has backseaters? Yeah, some worse than others, by far. I mean, like, Teardown doesn't have backseaters, bro. Most people haven't even played it. And then there's no clear solution. People would backseat you playing Atrioc Racing. Yeah, but they would do that for the meme. It could be on the bleeding edge of science. People will still backseat. So if I live on stream, Tony Stark in a cage, invent a new form of fusion right here, somebody in chat's gonna backseat. All right. Yep, inefficient. What's your tips? No, I'm sorry. Paraj Bigzin, what is your tips on inventing a new form of nuclear fusion? Fuse it cooler, dumbass. All right. Fucking cool. Oh, by the way, another question. This is probably gonna get. I'm not sure of the responses. What? Well, I'm interested in the percentage of people. Has anyone here even seen at all Sopranos? Because I've never watched it. And recently I saw a clip and a quote that made me think maybe I should watch it. But I feel like, is it too old now? Is it hold up? I would say Gabagool. The Wire is bad. I've already seen The Wire. I've seen The Wire and I like The Wire. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, are you being serious? Because this guy just said, I tried it. I tried it and I quit after 3 episodes. It's literally nothing but dudes eating pasta. Now that sounds like a stereotype. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine that the Sopranos is literally Italians eating pasta. But you didn't write it like a joke, so I can't. Not far off. True Maggie's. It's a singing show. Yeah, Sopranos. Yeah, Sopranos. If you like American Idol, you'll love The Sopranos, bro. That's what They do eat pasta on occasion. Okay, but literally in 3 episodes, is it all pasta? They eat cured meats. I think you guys are all, you're stereotypes. This is Italian phobic. Italophobic. And I support it. That's a spicy meatball. Lots of violence. It's good. Well, that's not the only reason it's good. Food is a major motif in The Sopranos. What's the motif? What is it representing? It's just food? What? They just... What type of food? What fucking... his childhood trauma. They are fat Americans. They're not Americans. They're Italian. It's where Gordon Ramsay got his start. Gordon Ramsay got his start as an Italian mobster or as a guest character on The Sopranos. Which one would be weirder, I guess? And you can't yet both. No, you can't yet both. That doesn't make sense. Because you can't get 2 starts. And also, that would be 2 different eras. All the characters eat together in the show because it's a huge part of Italian culture. Yeah, that doesn't really tell me whether the show's good or not at all. In fact, it sounds to me like you guys are subtly saying, yes, you're going to have many, many scenes of the characters eating pasta. That's what I'm hearing. It sounds like you're trying to downplay, okay, yes, but it's a motif. But yes, the guy's not joking. You're going to watch dozens of scenes of characters eating pasta. His UK start was with the Mafia, but his US start was with Sopranos. Thanks for clearing that up for me. Thank you for clearing that up for me. I do appreciate learning some Gordon Ramsay history. Breaking Bad equals The Sopranos. What is that? They're both equally good? They're the same show? It's pretty good. It's very accurate, which the mob was concerned about. I heard a story about the mob trying to figure out a rat at HBO because it was so accurate. Fuck, we do eat pasta a lot. How do they know this? How does HBO know we eat this so much fucking pasta? If Breaking Bad had pasta instead of meth. They're not the same shows. The Sopranos actually good. Breaking Bad's good, bro. Don't come here with the revisionist history just because it's gotten memed all 6 ways to Sunday. Breaking Bad is a great show. You can't. Sopranos might be very good. I haven't seen it, and I've heard good things. I'm not fucking even knocking it. But to say that Breaking Bad is not good to bunch up Sopranos is crazy. Ow. Breaking Bad is average at best. Sorry, not sorry. I think you're full of shit, bro. I think you're full of shit, bro. I can't rewatch Breaking Bad because of the aspect ratio. Is that weird? Yeah. Yeah, it's really not that big a deal. Yeah, it's weird. I watched early seasons of Sunny. They have 4:3 aspect ratio. It was fine. It kind of, sometimes it makes it funnier because it looks less so. Sometimes, like, especially for comedies, when it's so HD, it takes me out of it almost. It's fucking. I don't know what it is. It's too realistic. 4:3 Scrubs hits hard. Facts. Barry's amazing. I have to catch up on Barry because Ari was gone this weekend, so we have to watch. Sopranos and Lost are the same. If you get into it, it's great. If it doesn't grab you, it's the worst thing ever. No, but I heard Sopranos has a good finale. Lost has I was so depressed at the Lost finale. I was very into Lost when it was live back in like 2004, bro. I was 80 years old. Did you hear that Andor is getting delayed by the writer's strike? As it should be. Andor is an amazing and well-written show, and there's no way you could make it without writers. And if they're on strike, then the show has to be held up. That makes total sense. The only problem is Andor is not like a huge. I mean, what you really want is fucking Big Bang Theory. You want young Sheldon to get held up by the writer's strike. Andor doesn't make any money for fucking Disney. Like Andor's barely breaking even, if all. Like they're not. If they'll just say fuck it, they'll use the excuse to jettison it. You want young Sheldon to be fucking begging for ideas. You want the Good Doctor. Let's be honest, anyone can write young Sheldon. That's the problem, bro. That's the fucking problem. The problem is the slop can still get made without writers. Young Sheldon equals Breaking Bad. Young Sheldon is goated, bro. Stop. And then you muted me. Bro, Rodcott turned off the sound. It can tell me if it's muted or not. He turned off the sound and said, Young Sheldon's goated, bro. Stop. All right, bro. I'll tell you that. Young Sheldon. Young Sheldon is the Better Call Saul to Big Bang Theory's Breaking Bad. That is technically correct. The worst part about that sentence is that it's technically correct. It implies way too much, but it is technically correct. You promised us a marketing recap on YouTube in April. A marketing recap on YouTube. They sell ads. That's how they make their money. It's an incredible business model. Someone else makes the content and they sell ads on it. It's genius. There, marketing recap done, bro. Honestly, what a great business. YouTube and TikTok, what amazing businesses. Everyone makes the content for free. You have to do jack shit. You get all the money, and you split them off a little piece. For TikTok, a tiny piece. For YouTube, half. They have to host the shit, I guess. Yeah, that's why at the beginning it's hard. And then once they achieve scale, which YouTube's at now, it's just a money printing machine. What are your top 5 shows of all time? I feel like each season of Young Sheldon is its own show because it has a narrative arc. You know what I'm saying? So obviously those 5 seasons will probably be my top 5. My top 5 shows of all time, in no particular order, would be The Wire, Breaking Bad, this is going to sound so cringe, Game of Thrones. Only the first 4.5 seasons. Only the first 4.5, bro. I fucking love the first 4.5. I think they're amazing. I think it's great TV. So what did I say? I said The Wire, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, NCIS, NCIS New Orleans, NCIS Miami. Groundbreaking list so far. Okay, shut the fuck up. You said the best, all right? I'm not going to just say fucking Barbie Horse Adventures just to fucking make it different, all right? I'll say the ones that I think are actually the best. Is Community on that list? Is Community on my top 5 shows list? Probably not. I love it, but top 5? Oh, Always Sunny. Always Sunny is in my top 5 because I rarely rewatch shows, and Always Sunny I've now fully rewatched and I laughed again almost every. It's just great. So Sunny, that's 4. I do need an out there 5th. Out there 5th. Out there 5th. Out there 5th. Ninjago. I've seen 2 episodes of Ninjago. Mad Men? Mad Men was so big for me, but I feel like it's a little cliche now. I don't know. I mean, when I watched Mad Men, I loved Mad Men, but I don't know if I'd ever go back. BoJack? This is a stupid question. This is dumb. And there's no way I can nail it. They've all had different influences. People are saying Batman Beyond. I love Batman Beyond. It's one of the most influential shows of me as a child. But like, is it in my top 5? I don't know. You love Frisky Dingo? Frisky Dingo ran for like 2 seasons and every episode was like 10 minutes long. There's like an hour of total content for Frisky Dingo. And it was just mostly just stupid jokes that I really liked that got stuck in my head. It's not top 5 shows of all time. Have you watched Succession? I have told this story too many times. I watched the beginning of Succession, and then there was a scene where, hey, Chevy!
So loud.
Chevron. Oh, sorry, I got music again.
He's a chevron with tech.
What a sweet ting! He's petting the mic.
Yeah.
What a sweet ting!
Trying to focus, but I can't.
It looks like he's a little. He just keeps fucking. Hey, babe.
Chevy Hubert too?
Yeah. Let's do the Yule, alright?
Maya.
Bye, Hubert. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, so I watched the beginning of Succession, and Kendall. Oh, Maya! She looks she's so fucking.
Remember the fish.
She's so cute.
He's very Yule-like.
She's so soft and sweet. She's such a sweet dog. There's no dog like her. She's tasting the air like a fucking idiot.
All right.
Bye, Maya.
Hey, Chevy. Let's go outside.
Chevy hung out with me all the time
I know.
when you were gone. Oh, Band of Brothers is a good show. Anyway, Kendall. All right, beginning of the show. Fucking Kendall. By the way, I don't know anything about the story. If you haven't seen Succession, you don't need to know who Kendall is. He's this guy. Wait. Oh, Barry. Barry. I take it back. Barry's in my top 5. Wait, that's it. Literally Barry. That's okay. That's my top 5. What did I say? Fucking The Wire, Breaking Bad, Barry. What did I say again? Holy fuck. Game of Thrones and Sunny. Yeah, easy. Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite 5. Yeah, that's easy. The hot take, The Wire's overrated. That is a less hot take by the day because people that didn't watch it at the time are shitting on it now. I think it's not. I don't think The Wire's overrated at all. I think it's like a decently niche, highly rated show that never hit mainstream popularity. Especially Mad Men, since you work in advertising. Yeah, I mean, I was definitely an incredibly influenced person by Mad Men. I loved Mad Men. I read advertising books because of Mad Men. It sparked an interest, like 100%. It's an amazing show and very important to me. I didn't like the later seasons that much, and I liked them all. It's fine. It's a great show. I have no problem. What did Kendall do? It's a stupid story. Kendall, this guy, okay? Opening scene. He's like the son. He's the son of the fucking Fox CEO in the story of the movie, or story of the show. And he goes into a meeting, and they're acquiring a smaller company. And he goes, I'm going to put you in a golden cage and fuck you with a diamond dildo. You're going to have so much money coming out of your ears, you're going to do whatever we say. And I was like, okay. Wow, that sounds insane. It's an insane fucking thing to say. Right? And then the other guys... And when you find out is the other guy basically, like what that means is we're going to pay you way over asking. That's like what Elon Musk said to Twitter. Like all that meant in the context of the story is that he's an idiot. But then I realized, and again, this is after I checked out of the show, I realized that guy is supposed to be a lame tryhard. That's right. Like this guy's supposed to be an idiot who's not good at business. But the way they were presenting him, I thought he was supposed to be like this badass genius. And all he really did, if you look at the meeting, is like he just overpaid for a company and then walked away. And I was like, that's really stupid. Like this doesn't get it. So I checked out, and then I didn't watch episode 2 that next weekend and moved on or whatever. But then you find out he's supposed to be an asshole. He's supposed to be fucking bad. So I probably will end up watching. I've heard good things. I just that stopped me at the time it was coming out live, and I just didn't get back into it. That guy's in The Big Short. Yeah, he works for Steve Carell's character. Real name Steve Eisman. I just listened to if you want to listen to a very intelligent speaker on modern markets, Steve Eisman, who was the guy that Steve Carell played in The Big Short, real guy that did the famously Big Short. He's on a couple podcasts recently. I don't know what he's promoting. It was fantastic. It was a very interesting listen. You gotta try Psych. It's goated. Goated. What? Tell me this. Okay, be honest with me. Be honest with me. This is an honest question. I want an honest answer. All right. Obviously, there's something about Psych that appeals to people. Something interesting about it. Not interesting. There's some kind of power fantasy of Psych that is appealing to people. What is it? What is just good vibes, dude? Have you watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine? What is the vibes? Because I will say, like, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is not an all-time great show, right? It's not like a fucking, I don't know, The Wire. But I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine because it is so relentlessly positive. It has great vibes. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn Nine-Nine is one of the best vibes of all TV history. Every episode is just positive vibes. Things work out for the characters. You like all the characters. Is that what I'm getting from Psych? Who watches both and can tell me which one's better? Have you seen Jury Duty? I love Jury Duty. Jury duty is a fucking hilarious idea. Dude, the thing about jury duty that's so amazing, and I thought it was fake, but I looked into it, and I guess it really is real, is so if you guys don't know jury duty, it's a show about one guy on a jury who's not an actor. The judge is an actor. 11 members of the jury are actors. The bailiff is an actor. The plaintiff's an actor. The whole thing is fake. It's over the top. It's comical. One guy in the jury thinks it's real. And the only reason the show is so fucking good is because that one guy is like the best human I've ever seen on TV. He's actually such a nice person that every time they throw some weird shit after him, he just like responds with like this real deep well of humanity. Yeah, but Joe Schmo Show is an asshole. I mean, not an asshole, but not a guy that has this level of heart. And that's why I love jury duty. Yeah, it's like Truman Show, but real. Yeah, Truman Show, but real, and also like this guy's even nicer than Truman. You know what I'm saying? He's like a really nice dude, and I looked up his fucking Instagram, and he literally has pictures going way back. Like he's not an actor. He used to be, or he was an electrician or whatever. Yeah, he's nice and a little bit gullible, and the show's great because of that. So I like it because it's like it almost reinforces your faith in humanity, that this guy could be thrown so many things that should make him frustrated or pissy or angry. And he always responds with like kindness and like trying to help and like a general understanding. And I'm like, this guy rules. Is he not paid for the show? Maybe he's paid after. He's famous now. Like he's hanging out with fucking Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman and shit. All because he did this fucking show. You got 100,000 at the end. Whoa, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Have you seen season 1 True Detective? Yeah, it's amazing. Top 5 movies? This shifts so often, dude. For a long time, my favorite movie of all time was Memento. I thought Memento was so creative and cool. I liked it. More recently, I like Training Day. Because I just think Denzel's performance in Training Day is so fucking good that I can always watch it. Every time I watch Training Day, like if it's on or like it doesn't really happen anymore because TV doesn't work like this. But you can use the flip through channels, you know? And whenever you catch Training Day on, you just fucking, I would always watch the end of it. Have you seen Brick? Yeah, I love Brick. That's what started Ryan Johnson's career, right? Please watch this. It tells you everything you need to know about Psych. Okay. Let's watch it. This tells me everything I need to know about Psych. I feel like, can I say this? Be honest with me. I was never a huge Scrubs guy. I like Scrubs. I've watched Scrubs. There's people who are diehard Scrubsites. Scrubsian. JD Files. Is Psych the modern day Scrubs? Because I get the same vibe. And I've watched less Psych than Scrubs. Okay? No. They're not the same? Not at all? Okay, we're going to watch this clip and I'll learn more.
Boom, boom. Muffins.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Samson, a tiny little orphan mouse who must find his way home to Wolverhampton.
Why are they doing this?
Asthma.
He's allergic to rich white people.
Yes.
God, this bunny is strong. Must be Colombian.
Okay, this is not, I'm not going to watch this whole thing because it's going to make me make fun of the show when it might not deserve it. Okay? Because here's the deal. A show like this, the reason you're going to like it is because you watch from the beginning, you like the characters, and they play up to their tropes, and it's fun. Like, if you took a bunch of Community bits out of context, you could be like, wow, now this is cringe. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to know the characters. And so if I watch this, I'm going to make fun of it. I'm going to be like, this is fucking stupid. And I'll make fun of the show. But maybe if I watch it from the beginning, it's like, oh, you get the characters and you like it and it's fun. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, the fucking Scrubs vibes are off the chart. Is this not the most Scrubsian fucking thing?
No. I will not get eaten by a bear to prove that Bigfoot does not exist. Nope, no bears eating me. Not today, not ever.
Look, Gus, I'm getting
This is so Scrubsian, dude. This is great value Scrubs. It's not Scrubs. This is just the worst random one-offs ever. All right, well, it's like a 40-minute video, so it's got to catch some parts that you like. I love Scrubs, and it's better than Scrubs. Yeesh. What does IMDb say? IMDb Scrubs. IMDb Scrubs. Does it give me an average? So average is 8.4 out of 10. Wow, Scrubs is very loved by IMDb. What about Psych? $8.4 out of 10. They're exactly equal. Psych and Scrubs are exactly the same rating on exactly the same website, bro. You're telling me it's on the same, they're probably the same fucking show. They probably just recut the scenes from fucking Scrubs, cut out the hospital parts. Psych has 3 movies? Oh, really? By the way, the premise of Psych, I'm just now reading, is that the white guy of the two pretends he has psychic powers, but he doesn't. How does that go for 8 seasons or whatever? Someone's got to figure it out, bro. That's a long fucking time. That's a tough fucking. I was talking with Blur about this at the Renaissance Fair. I was like, here's my honest question. All right, so imagine you are medieval times. By the way, I was alive then, so I'll tell you what they were like. Imagine you're alive in medieval times, like Renaissance Fair times. And you tell everybody that you're an alchemist, which people did, which means you can turn lead into gold. And you go to the fucking king and you're like, I'm an alchemist. I turn lead into gold. How do you keep, like, what did they do next? How did they keep up that lie? Did every alchemist end with getting beheaded? Like, what did they do? Use electroplating, lol, easy. In medieval times? What does that mean? The first Ponzi scheme? What does that mean? Because a Ponzi scheme would be, he would have to take gold. I guess you could go around and say, hey, give me some of your lead and a couple gold as payment, and I will turn the lead into gold and give it back to you. And you get enough gold from people that you can pay out the first people. You could definitely Ponzi that. They wanted to die of syphilis before the king found out. I did a term paper about this. It was thought to be turning lead into gold because you can turn lead in certain mordants to make it look gold. What is mordants? You're blowing my mind. Mordants. What does that mean? In music, a mordant is an ornament. That isn't. What is an example of a mordant? That's music. What are you talking about? How does it work? What did alchemists do? I'm looking it up right now, dude. I honestly want to know. Simplified, the aims of alchemists were threefold: to find the stone of knowledge, to discover the medium of eternal youth and health, and to discover the transmutation of metals. But they never did any of this. So how did they get away with it? That's what I'm saying. It was a grift. What did alchemists actually do? Medieval NFTs? Yeah, but NFTs only lasted like 1 year. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're an alchemist and you live in the fucking castle and every fucking few weeks you got to present to the king your findings and you never have any gold, that's what happened. Probably buffed the other monkeys. Go to the next king. But don't you get killed? That, I guess what I'm not understanding is, like, if the fucking king is like off with his head You've lied to me and taken my time, my money, my food, my room and board, and you haven't given me any gold. Like, I don't understand how they can just keep scamming kings. It was a different time back then. That doesn't explain shit, bro. You take the money and run? Is that what they did? Did the average alchemist take the money and run? I don't. Somebody's just spamming Full Metal Alchemist, which is just the name of an anime. Doesn't make sense, bro. I'm just confused. They just did chemistry, bro, but they didn't actually make gold. You understand what I'm saying? You guys keep telling me that they are... At no point did they turn lead into gold, so I'm just wondering how they did this. It was another word for chemist. So they didn't have to, I guess. Okay. So they promised multiple things. Maybe they just kept stringing them along. I think they tried and failed for a really long time. Interesting. They made purple fire and shit. What? They made purple fire and shit? Did they do that? Is that real? Are you making that up? They walked into the fucking chambers and they said, here's purple fire. Chat GPT knows. I'll ask it. Let's ask it right now. Let's ask it right now. Honest to God, I would love to know if ChatGPT has an answer. All right. ChatGPT. What did alchemists do when kings found out that they couldn't turn lead into gold? Oh, perfect. Wait, great answer. Alchemists, in general, often found themselves in precarious positions when they promised results. When their promised results, such as the transmutation of base metals into lead, and it did not materialize. The reactions from kings and patrons, of course, varied, depending on the specific historical context, the credibility the alchemists have built, and the relationship between the alchemist and the king. In some cases, alchemists faced severe consequences when their promises did not pan out, ranging from imprisonment to execution. Real! It was not uncommon for an alchemist to be accused of fraud, heresy, or even witchcraft, particularly during periods of religious tension or when the king was in dire need of the promised gold. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was thinking of. I was like, imagine a king is like, oh, fuck, the treasury is running dry. My last ditch is this guy promised to turn all this lead into gold. He's going to be up his ass asking for answers. He's going to ask about it every fucking few days. Like, what are you going to do? That's what I've been thinking about. It's been stuck in my head. Like, what did they do? I couldn't figure it out. On the other hand, some alchemists managed to escape such dire outcomes by diversifying their skills and contributions. They offered their services in other areas, such as medicine. Okay, so they kind of became general scientists. That makes sense. You guys are saying that. Some alchemists were skilled diplomats or scholars. Okay. Some alchemists were able to buy time by suggesting they were close to a breakthrough. Crypto Zoo, dude. It's a really fun game. Any day now it's coming out. It's a really fun game. I'm bullish fucking lead to gold. Reminds me of Elon. In a way, yes. Or that he keeps talking about fucking Tesla robots and shit. Pump the stock. The mysterious and enigmatic nature of alchemy often supported these claims. Yeah, I guess people were dumb, so you could just kind of wave. This works for crypto too. Taylor stole his time. Interesting. Well, there you go. That was what I figured. Bed Bath and Beyond to the moon. It's literally over. I know you're joking, but it just bothers me because people are still talking about it. Like the sub still is active, and it's over. It is a bankrupt. They are dismantling the stores. It's over. It's not reopening. It's over. I'm not going to wake up at 5 to watch T1, but I will wake up and watch it basically first thing in the morning. I'll get a nice cup of tea since I don't drink coffee. Also, another assumption, I don't think alchemists came in saying, I got this. They were probably like, I'm this close to a breakthrough and need your help. Yeah, but that's close. Imagine you're a king, bro. Imagine you're a king and you're low on gold and you have piles of lead. And it's like, I think I can do this. You're going to keep checking in for responses and eventually you're going to get fucking angry. That's what I'm saying. And I wanted to know what happened when the king gets angry. And I guess sometimes they died. I don't need to imagine. You're a king. I mean, you're all kings, all right? Pick up your crown, king. It's falling. But realistically, you're not a king. You know what I'm saying? You're not a sovereign of a nation. You don't need to imagine you were there. Yeah, but I was so wasted on mead back in those days that I cannot remember whether or not alchemists got away with it. Oh, another question. All right. This is a serious question that I want your take on. Get a little Minecraft music. Sorry, someone asks, how the fuck were kingdoms created in the first place? Some guy with a sword kills another guy with a sword. You know what I'm saying? Takes a land. My area. They get a big people with swords behind them. As far as they can go. Here's the question. Okay, imagine you can go back to any point in time and you will be the richest person in the world for that time period. How far back do you have to go before it's worse than your life right now? Do you know what I'm saying? So like, for example, being the richest person in the world in the year 2009 is just a quality of life improvement, right? You get private jets, you get all the modern conveniences, you have healthcare, you have everything. But being the richest person in medieval times is not that great. You would probably still die of dysentery or some shit, dude. You're going to shit yourself to death. Like your quality of life is not even as good as a fucking airport Hilton. So what year would you make that trade? Like if I tell you you could be the richest person in 1920, do you do it? I don't. I don't think I do it. I don't think that's great. When did they invent Oreos? Brother, I know, even if you're between jobs right now, Oreos are not that expensive. You could buy a lot of Oreos right now on a minimum wage job. Like you could get Oreos. I don't think you need to be the richest man on earth. Anything before the 70s and I'm literally getting killed. Are you black? Wait, what? Yeah, you don't think you get killed. What? Oh, transgender. Oh, maybe. Yeah. 100%. Okay, so 70s. But you see, I think even, this is what's crazy, as we were talking about it, I was thinking it through, and I think even as a white dude, I think I wouldn't want to be the richest person in the 70s versus right now. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like it sounds crazy. And I know we all shit on it. And I know even I wrestle with like the bad things done to society. But I would not want to live in a world without like the internet or video games or 70s or chilling. You think so? I mean, I'm sure you'd have a good time, right? You'd have a ton of money and whatever. But I don't know. Like people smoked all the time. You'd probably fucking get lung cancer. Drive cool cars. It's not that hard. I'm just not a car guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I basically live in the same ways when I had no money, except for my rent is higher. That's it. Outside of that, we don't know. We have the same fucking car. I don't have anything else. I don't know like what. I have more Uber Eats. So I'm trying to figure out what like. I think I couldn't go back that far. That's what I was saying in the conversation. People were saying the 70s. People were saying, and then we had an in-person. We had a big group at the Ren Fair, and we were debating this. And I think the consensus was like around the 70s, 80s, maybe 90s. But I think for me, it like before 97, The release of GoldenEye. I couldn't do it. Why then over now? No, the point is to find the earliest. You know what I'm saying? Saying it's not about finding what's the best time for you. The point is to say, how far back would you go before you're like, I wouldn't do it. So if I say you could be the richest person in 1972 or you can keep your life now, what do you do? And I think I would say I don't take that deal. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take that deal. But if they say 1984 or 86 or whatever, then I'm like, okay, maybe it's more reasonable. If they say 95, I'm like, all right, I'll probably take it. Do you know what I'm saying? But you're rich now. I am moderate. I guess I'm whatever, above average, but I'm still in California. I'm still in LA, dude. I'm not even close to rich compared to like what the area is. And compare that to the richest person in the world. We're talking about the richest person in the world. In GL, I think I would do any time period. Really? So if I said like the fucking, I don't know, the 1200s or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way you would do it if you go. $2000's a good year. I think 2000 and beyond, it's like, plus, if you're the richest person in the world and you go back to 2000, maybe you can stop 9/11, which would be pretty based. So you'd be the richest person in the world and a hero. That'd be pretty sick. That'd be a pretty good double whammy. I go back and 1v1 Mansa Musa. Yeah, but then you would wait. Yeah. But then the $3 trillion missing dollars have to be found. Ooh. You don't have to be rich as Mark Wahlberg. What does that mean? Are you saying Mark Wahlberg has the best life of any person? Is that what you're saying? Mark Wahlberg as the peak life? I don't think that's true. I want to see how they fool them with the big horse. So now you're not even caring about the money. To you, this is an excuse to time travel back to Troy. You've changed the entire premise of the question, and you're just like, I want to go see the big horse. And then you're stuck there during a active war zone. You don't get to come back. I want to see if Helen was really all that. I mean, that would be interesting. It would be interesting to see Helen and be like, you know, do I want to launch 1,000 ships or not? You know, a fucking fedora wearing Twitch chatter Redditor travels back and calls Helen mid. Gets fucking killed day one. I want to see a live human sacrifice from the Mayans. Well, unless you speak Mayan, you will probably be that sacrifice. You can see one live when they slice you up, bro. Here's another way to think about it. And this is, I guess, a little more serious. I was reading, I don't have the book on me. I was reading this book, right? And it was like quotes, and it was like an investing book, but it had some quotes about life or whatever. Anyway, there was an interesting quote. I don't know if it was Charlie Munger or Warren Buffett or whoever, but it was basically this. It was, imagine your life is a marble, okay? You got one marble. And then imagine there's a jar of marbles that contains the lives of every single person on Earth right now. There's like 7 billion marbles in there. Do you take your marble and toss it back in and grab a different marble? 8 billion. Okay? If you don't take that, then you should consider yourself lucky. You should realize that whether you believe it or not, consider yourself lucky. And I think that's an interesting way of looking at it. Fuck it, let's run it. No, but I mean, realistically, if you do the math, almost assuredly, especially anyone in here, not everyone, I'm sure people are going through things. Listen, I'm being generalized here. I understand. Cut me some slack. But in general, odds are, if you pull a thing out of that marble, you're going to get a worse outcome. I could be Elon, though. You got a 1 in 8 billion. That's low odds. Can we pull it? I guess. I mean, sure. Nah, I have to set up the whole poll and everyone's going to troll it anyway. I love to gamble. Yeah, but realistically, you're going to end up like a fucking cobalt miner in Zambia or something. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna like, odds are you're gonna have a more difficult experience. Poggies. Cobalt. Oh, I fucking love cobalt. That's dumb because it doesn't mean your life is good. It just means more people suck. Yeah, that's the glass half empty way of looking at it. But either way, it's that you're lucky cosmically, especially given the sum total of human suffering throughout history. That, you know, it just helps you ground yourself a little bit. That you have you've gotten a decently lucky roll of the dice. You'll probably end up in China. India, my friend. India has passed China as the most populous country on earth. You're most likely to end up as an Indian citizen if you pull a marble randomly out of that hat. Out of that, not a hat. How would you reach into a jar that big? You're getting very caught up on the details. You are getting extremely caught up on the fucking physical capacity of this 8 billion marble jar. And I'd like you to think about it more as a thought exercise. Do I get to keep my Funko Pop collection? No. No, that is a unique attribute of your marble. So whoever gets your marble is going to get your Funko Pops. Chance of India or China is fucking huge. Yeah, it is. It's like 25%, right? It's a huge chunk. Can I grab like 5 marbles? No, you cannot. No, you fucking can't. If Dream could hit the 1.75 trillion odds, then I could hit the 1 in 8 billion odds of getting Bezos. You just fuck it! And you grab it out of there and it's fucking Bezos's. You're partying. Do I instantly learn the language? Yes, it's a complete swap of lives, dude. Do I keep knowledge of this life? I don't know. I didn't think about it. Yeah, I guess. Briefly, bro. Briefly. So you can be like, wow, this is different. And then then you're locked in. Do animals count? No! Obviously, animals don't count. Just humans. So I'll have my old bank account passwords? No! You can't! No! You are changing economic circumstances, social circumstances, location, geography, health, wealth. You're changing it all. It's a complete flop. Will I still be an Atrioc mod? Some random fucking Chinese national messages me out of the blue on fucking Telegram. Hey, it's Ludsy. I just got a VPN to get past the Great Firewall here. Can you please reinstate my mod access on the Switch was not worth it. You know, it'd be really funny is if you say, fuck it, let's gamble, and you get train wrecks. Fuck it, toss my marble in. You end up in fucking Canada gambling. You do, it would be ironic at least. What happens to the person I switch with? they get your body, but they don't know it. I don't know. You disappear, and then the world forks into two separate realities, and they get to keep doing their stuff. Rough. R.I.P. These questions are, you guys are not, I think you're not getting the simple beauty of it, and you're really getting hung up on the details. Can I steal someone else's marble? That's the whole question. Is you get someone else's marble, but it's never yours. Do corporations count as people? What are you asking? That you're gonna toss your marble in and then come out as fucking the embodiment of fucking JCPenney? No. What does that mean? I am Amazon. Could I get my own again? That would be so fucking funny. You toss your marble in, fuck it! You reach into an 8 billion thing of marbles, pull it out, and it's your same marble. You just get teleported back to your life. Can I swap right before I die? No, bro. It's right now. It's right now. The point is to make you understand it's a pretty simple. It's like to understand cosmically that you're pretty lucky. Especially if it was like all lives through history, you know? Can I have one swap back? No, that's the whole point. I would want to trade with Exporzy. An Atrioc mod would want to swap live. If you could swap lives with anyone in the world, you'd swap lives with an Atrioc chatter. An Atrioc chatter that tracks my flannel. That's, of all the people on God's green earth, that's fucking based. That's fucking based, actually. Holy shit. Can I buy more poles with the marbles? The odds of getting someone younger than me are way lower than getting some old dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what is the average global age? What is the average global age? 30. Wow. So yeah, if you're under 30, then you will probably be 30 or older. I mean, you got a 10% chance of being over 65. Can we do this same thought experiment with a giant roulette table instead of marbles? You realize that with that question that it changes absolutely nothing about the nature of the question. You understand that it changes literally nothing, except that you're imagining a very big roulette table instead of a very big jar of marbles. It changes nothing. I want to make it spin. Holy fuck. Oh, God, the rot has gotten to them all. Atrioc, can we trade a big deck of cards, though? No. Would I be able to watch another 30-second ad to get another go? No, because because the purpose is to make you feel lucky. You should pick 2 chatters to swap places forever. All right, deal. Schmeckeldorp and Z-Zip. Schmeckeldorp and Z-Zip, your lives are changed. Bam! One of you is the other. One is the other. Schmeckeldorp, talk like you're Z-Zip. Z-Zip type like Schmeckeldorp. And your lives are changed. And also, you guys have each other's money. Switch money. Switch money, switch wealth, switch jobs, switch school. Freaky Friday. Done. He's an alchemist. And if there's any kings in the audience, I can do the same for you and turn lead into gold. Just literally give me some money and I'll be able to do it. What did he say? He said, holy shit, my dick's tiny. It's so cute. Fucking roasted and toasted, bro. Wow, I did not have to do him like that. Disrespectful, really. Insane. Disrespectful. I need some water. I'm going to get some water. Watch some commercials. Watch some commercials. Holy fuck, that was insanely funny.
Songs collection. 36.
Starts freaking out because the kid stole it. She gets fucking yelled at and grounded and screamed at. Spanking. Food insecurity in America. You know, I just read a really interesting article that kind of shocked some preconceived notions I had. It basically was like a pretty extensive study that determined whether food deserts were caused by supply or demand. And it basically concluded that the reason there are no healthy options in certain areas of America is because there's literally no demand for healthy food. Like people don't want it. Which is not what I've thought for a while. And maybe there's more to it, but that definitely goes against what I generally thought. So I have to isn't that kind of a feedback loop? Well, they controlled for that. Again, it was a peer-reviewed study. It wasn't from bumfuck. Demand is artificially controlled by things like food stamps. I mean, it could be something like where it's a cycle. So once you're already unhealthy, you just demand more unhealthy food. But it included, because obviously there had been attempts in these areas to start healthy food options. It's like I said, never happened. But when it happens, the sales are below trend. Maybe I can find it so I'm not just 100% paraphrasing. Using data from 13 years of supermarket entries. Yeah. Yeah, the effect of introducing supply of healthy food is not there. Here it is. Academic. Food deserts and the causes of nutritional inequality. It's just studying the causes, and I guess it's just I don't know. It was interesting. Exposing low-income households to the same products and prices available to high-income households reduces nutritional inequality by only about 10%. So it says 10% availability, but 90% is different by differences in demand. So it could be education, it could be something, but there's a deeper solution than just, based on this study, than just making it available. No, I think they controlled for this. I'm reading the summary here. Anyway, we don't need to keep doing it. If only healthy food tasted as good as, or healthy food tasted as good as unhealthy food at the same price point. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's more to it. There's just more to it. It's just interesting. It's not what I believed before, but I'm open my eyes to the idea that there's a different solution than what I thought there was. I think it has to be education because I was convinced the food pyramid shit was legitimate for nearly all my life. I'm no expert. Is it not? Is the food pyramid total bullshit? I'm not an expert. I don't know shit. Is there a great video on it that I could watch? I would love to learn more. You're right. It does require a lot of bread, doesn't it? I do know that. It is. Food pyramid. Food pyramid. 10 servings of bread. Is that what they say? Well, actually, there's a lot of different food pyramids, so I don't know which one we're talking about. Apparently, the original food pyramid came from Sweden. Pick 3. Healthy, tasty, and cheap. You can't have all 3. Pick 2, you mean? Oh, you said pick 2. I think there's healthy, tasty, cheap food out there. But I'm trying to think of what it is. Eggs. Eggs are healthy, tasty, and cheap. Bananas. I think the real hard part is like, no, it's not this. It's like healthy, tasty, cheap, convenient. There's like a fourth one. Because really, I mean, for me, it's not super money based. But like I couldn't get healthy, tasty food. And even if it costs a little bit more. The reason I sometimes slip is because it's like cooking is very hard. Or it takes a long time. Like you can't get, like, unhealthy food is just generally faster. Asmongold's $2 steak. What is that? Just joined. Is this a factor ad? No, it's not. I'm just honestly asking a question. What if it's not filling either? That's another good point. Ari has the same problem. Ari is a good cook and generally a healthy eater, but she will often eat fucking gross shit like Hot Pockets and shit because she wants filling. She's like, if she eats a healthy meal, sometimes she's like, it doesn't fill her up. Don't you dare call Hot Pockets gross, bro. Hot Pockets are gross. I every time I have a Hot Pocket, I feel like I'm like saying one cancer, please. Hot Pockets just feel like they're the embodiment of cancer in a food. Make mine a double. Hey, look, Ari likes them. I have it occasionally. We have them in the house. I'm not gonna cape for Hot Pockets, bro. I think they're bad. I think they have fucking a lot of shit in them. Plus, yeah, you bite into it and it's hot fucking lava too. Liquid lava. Meatball sub from Subway is my bane. I thought Subway's like decent, right? Am I crazy? Maybe it's not. I don't know. I like Subway. I get the Italian BMT. That's my goat Subway sandwich. Give me chili and cinnamon rolls or give me death. I feel like chili's pretty healthy. What's wrong with chili? Chili's just like beans and meat and shit. Chili's good for you. People love to hate on Subway. So, I mean, I saw a chart literally today. Maybe I can find it again. I was gonna give it to you guys for. Oh, here it is. I found it. PogChamp. Here's the chart. Subway, again, we already know this. Talk about this on stream, but it's staggering how much bigger they are than every other fast food franchise. So whoever's hating on Subway, I mean, hate on it all you want. It's clearly doing something right. Subway is the worst sub shop, but it's still fine. So you like Jersey Mike's and Jimmy John's more? I would say if I had to rank them, I would put Jimmy John's first. Then I would pick Firehouse Subs. Then I'd pick Subway. Then I'd pick Jersey Mike's. If I had to rank them. Isn't the franchising of Subway a nightmare? How could it be a nightmare, bro? Just look at this. It's probably the easiest. If there's 20,603 Subway locations, on average, I don't think the franchisees of Subway are smarter. I feel like it's just got to be one of the easier and cheaper ones to set up. There's more Subways than McDonald's. Where's Wetzel's Pretzels on here, bro? It's not even on here. Bro, I cannot wait to put Wetzel's on the map. I cannot wait. Whenever I'm done, it's going to be like the fucking Morbius sweep, dude. It's going to be Wetzel's across this whole box. 98% Wetzel's Pretzels and nothing else. I cannot wait for the Wetzel's invasion. Got Auntie Anne's? Yeah, Auntie Anne's is way bigger than Wetzel's for now. Bro, I took a picture. I was in the airport. I took 2 pictures in the airport. When I was flying to Arizona. One picture was of a Bud Light ad. Because I thought it was so fucking funny. Clearly, Bud Light is on an advertising blitz because everybody hates them on both sides of the political divide in this fucking country, all right? And the fucking ad was just a picture of Bud Light, a big can, and it said, easy to drink. Bro, that's their new slogan. Easy to drink. Like, what, you think fucking Miller's hard? It's a fucking can of beer. None of them are that hard. You open the can and drink. It's so fucking stupid. It's such a fucking creatively bankrupt slogan. It is saying easy to fucking drink, bro. That's crazy. It is a slogan that says nothing. So I thought that was very funny. And then the second thing I saw was an Auntie Anne's that had 0 people at it. I took a picture and I sent it to fucking the group from the Ren Fair. Let me see. Here it is. Auntie Anne's. Empty, bro. Empty. 0 customers. And that's because the Wetzel supremacy is supreme. Too much going on. Too much going on. Simplify. I cannot wait to open a Wetzel's. That's my fucking low-key secret dream. Oh, Wetzel's in an airport, bro. My Wetzel's has a long-ass line. Bro, just fucking... What do they sell? What does a Wetzel's Pretzels sell? Is that what you're asking me? Burgers. Yeah, fucking burgers, bro. Avoiding the question. I mean, Subway doesn't sell Subways, so it's... They do, though, right? They sell subs. They sell subs. So it's still... They don't sell submarines. No, they don't. They sell submarine sandwiches, subs. Subway like the trains, though. No, I get it. Thank you very much. I do get it. I get what you're saying. Popeyes does not sell Popeye the Sailor Man. Yep, you got no checkmate, atheists. You guys have beaten me yet again with facts and logic. Your ironclad wit has once again left me stumped. Popeyes does not sell Popeye the Sailor Man. Please explain your Subway greater than Jersey Mike's take. Easy. I've had Subway many, many, many times, and it's always had a similar standard of mid. But you want mid. Just a nice mid sandwich. They toast it. It's pretty good. Actually, I like it even more than mid. But Jersey Mike's, I had I've only been there twice. First time was pretty good. Second time, I got an awful fucking sandwich. I don't know what the hell was wrong with it. Tasted like shit. So I never went back. That's it. I've never had a Subway experience where it tasted fucking foul. I don't know if they got to get too fancy. But consistency matters, bro. Bad take? I mean, it's a very biased take. It's an extremely personally biased take. I have no great reason why Subway is better than Jersey Mike's. My only reason is that I had a really bad sandwich from Jersey Mike's. I've never had a bad one from Subway. Feels like skewed data? Yeah, you're probably right. What are you going to do about it? I'm not going to shop at J. Mike's. Why don't politicians say that in debates? What do you mean? Say that they're biased? Or what do you mean? They should. Everyone should. Jimmy John's is the peak of existence. That's why I said Jimmy John's was my best. Jimmy John's is the worst sandwich I've ever eaten, worse than a cafeteria sandwich. Wow, really? I guess different strokes for different folks, man. I haven't had Jimmy John's in a while, but when I was a broke college student grinding League of Legends for 14 hours a day, the one meal I would have every day is Jimmy John's. I would literally leave my fucking dungeon to get one meal every day, and it would be Jimmy John's. And it would taste so fucking good. It would taste so good. It would give me the energy I needed to get back in there and grind out 10 fucking more games. So I love Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's just meant a lot to me, and it was a good price. Any meal tastes great when it's your only meal that day. No, not shit. No, that doesn't. No, but yeah, it was great. It was great. It was a good price, good meal, filling. Gave me the energy I needed to grind. Checkmate, you don't like shit. Put that in an ad. Jimmy John's. It's better than eating a meal of shit. Doctor approved. I'm in the Midwest and I saw a 24 pack of Bud Light for $3.49. Yeah, they're doing deals. I mean, they're trying to the brewing company is offering rebates to the fucking grocery stores because the grocery stores overbought based on previous sales, and now the sales are down, so they're stuck with all the supply, and they have to get it off their shelves. So they're trying to unload it by any means necessary, so they can reduce the amount they're ordering and get the less lumpy supply. They should put it in schools. Bud Light. It's easy to drink. It is easy to drink. I wouldn't mind putting Bud Light in some schools. What do you think the best performing stock of all time is? That's a question that has a factual answer. What's the best performing stock of all time? The problem is, do you mean you have to pick a run, right? Or do you mean from infinity back until now? From IPO till now? Because obviously, well, imagine a stock that has like a 40-year run of growth. It's amazing. And then eventually it goes down. So you would say 0 to 0, it's done terribly. But if you sold at the peak, it would be amazing. 10 best performing stocks of the last 30 years. Let's see. Monster Energy from IPO till now is the number one. Let's see. Monster stock. Monster Energy went public in 1985 at 8 cents a share. And is now worth $60. Jesus Christ. It's up 74,000%. Sheesh. Monster hodlers, dude. Making that fucking squeesh. Damn. That is quite a run. That might be the best IPO to today because it's peaking right now. So yeah, that's unreasonably huge. What else? Let me see. Let's see. Maybe if you bought, oh my God, Monster Energy slightly either equal to or edges out Nvidia. No, this is Monster again. I was like, wait. Nvidia. Never mind. It blows Nvidia out of the water. It blows Nvidia out of the water. Nvidia IPO till now only a paltry 36,000%. It beats Apple. Oh my God, it beats Apple. If you'd have bought an Apple at IPO, Apple, the most valuable company in the world, if you'd bought it at the absolute cheapest price you could in 1983, you would have made less money than investing in Monster. Get fucked, Steve Jobs. Holy moly. Does this include stock splits? Yeah. This graphic, it rebalances for stock splits. Like, for example, Tesla has split like 1 million times, but it normalizes. What would Tesla be, by the way? Tesla stock. A paltry 13,000, bro. Yeesh. Broke as a joke. Poor, dude. Straight up poor. Check Microsoft. It do be rising. Do you do investments? Like, are you a hedge fund manager? Could I stash my money with you? You sound like you've got a deep knowledge of the markets, and I would love to know Microsoft stock. Holy fuck! Well, based on this, Microsoft is by far the leader. 313,000%? Wow. From 10 cents a share in 1986 to $314. Wow. Ballmer kept that shit smooth and steady. Dude. I was like, Bill Gates era, Steve Ballmer era. Fucking fuck all for a decade. Then Satya Nadella era. I bought in last month. Do you think it'll go up another 313,000%? Yeah, I think so. I think if you buy Microsoft right now, you're going to get 313,000% returns by end of June, probably. June, July. And that's just financial advice. So if you don't get those returns, you can sue me. You never finished top 5 movies? Didn't I? Didn't I see you crying? Isn't stocks just like an endless gambling game? If you buy and sell them, if you're a trader, yeah, it's pretty much gambling for most people, I would say. But buying and holding is not really gambling. You can find companies that are small that you can research and think they have good growth prospects and invest in them for the long term. Check out Home Depot. Yeah, they're down, bro. I saw their earnings. Should I put my investment portfolio into investing in Paris CS:GO major sticker cases? Yeah. Why are you even asking us? It's fucking genius. Never selling my AMC. I'm actively considering a short. So maybe you can try and squeeze me with your fellow apes, bro. I think AMC is headed to Dr. Zero, bro. That company is so fucked. And their management is so shady. Any Hitman today? I'm waiting for a Spectacore to beat my fucking time, bro. I thought he'd do it by now. I'm waiting for a Spectacore to beat my time so I can come in and fucking blam! Bring the heat. Why can't you beat him to the punch and beat your own time? That's not as fun, dude. I like the fun back and forth. Again, we're doing XQC versus Forsen at home. That's the whole point. We are doing great value XQC versus Forsen. I wish I shorted Chegg before ChatGPT. I'm not trying to insult you, but what a dumb fucking comment. Because you could say that about anything that went down ever, bro. You could find a better one. Like, that's your best wish? You have a wish from a genie and you wish you shorted Chegg before ChatGPT? Short fucking... there's so many things you could have done, bro. If you're going to have a wish you invested in Apple in fucking 1981. There's a million ways you could have done it other than a fucking short on Chegg. I wish I invested in Monster. That would be based. That'd be awesome. To be the person that saw the potential in Monster and bought in early when it was a cheap fucking stock that no one believed in, and then it became a fucking literally a monster company that sells, incredibly overpriced, marked up sugar water in fucking tall boys across the globe. Yeah, it's fucking genius. Imagine if instead of buying Coca-Cola, Warren Buffett went all in on Monster. He would be richer. He's like the 5th richest person in the world. The imagination you've made is like Warren Buffett is slightly richer. Can you explain what shorting is? Some people might not. The way you phrase your question is kind of funny. Shorting is borrowing a stock to sell it now and assuming it will go lower in the future so you can return it for cheap. So let's say, I don't know, this fucking Apple. This is stupid. Okay. Let's say apples are selling for a really high price right now at the supermarket. Apples sell for fucking $20. So I borrow your apple. I sell it for $20. Then a month later, like, hey, can I have my apple back? I go to the store. Apples are now $5. I buy it. I give it to you. I've made $15 difference. That's what a shorting is. So like, let's say a stock is worth $100 right now, but you're like, that's going to go down. So I borrow a bunch of that stock. I sell it for $100. Then later, when you ask for your stock back, hopefully it's down to like $20. I buy it, I give it back to you, and I've made $80 difference in every share. That's what shorting is. Why do I let you borrow my Apple for free? You don't. That's the thing. It's a good question. That's a good follow-up question. So when you short, you have to pay some extra money on top to borrow the fucking stock. And that is why you better be fucking right. Because not only are you paying the fucking juice, the extra, you know, you also have to be right. It has to go down. Because here's what can happen. Let's say I borrow your stock at $100. I sell it for $100. I come back in a month. You ask for your stock back and it's $150. Now I have to buy all the fucking stock for more than I borrowed, like than I paid for it. I lost $50 a share and I have to give it back to you. And I'm paying for the extra. The Big Short is a great movie which explains it on a large scale. Is that a joke? Are you just saying that because it's called The Big Short? So the safest investment is letting people borrow your stock? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a lot safer. You could own the shares and sell short. You could sell, let people borrow it, sell short. Yeah. But here's the thing. It's still your stock. I mean, if like, okay, I'll give you the example. Let's say I am the owner of the stock. I have a share worth $100. You say, I want to borrow it so I can short it. I'm like, okay, give me a little money. And then I give you the $100 share. Then you sell it. And then a month later, I ask for it back. You give it back, but now it's 20. Okay, so I made fucking $5 from you or whatever for the borrowing, but I lost 80 because I still own a share. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still have to own the shares to lend them out. So what you're basically betting on is the stock has to go up. Does borrowing only exist for the purpose of shorting? I don't get it. Yeah, basically. I mean, the whole point of shorting is like, what is the way to bet the stock is going to go down? You can't not buy it. You know what I'm saying? You can't negative buy it. So what you do is you borrow it, sell it, get the money right now, and then only return it once it's cheaper. That is like the only way to make money by a stock going down. So you should always lend out your stock if you plan on holding it anyways. I'm sure there's a reason why not. You reduces flexibility or whatever. But yes, if you plan on being a long-term holder of a stock, then letting people lend it out to go short is fine. Then, I mean, it makes you a little extra cash. But the problem is, if people are demanding to short the stock, they might know something you don't. It might be going down. What about longing stocks? Isn't it just the opposite? Longing stocks just means you own the stock. Longing stocks is not borrowing or anything. Longing stocks just means owning the stocks. Like, if I buy some shares of Apple, I'm long Apple. That means I want Apple to go up. What about mediuming stocks? But as long as it isn't Bed Bath & Beyond, it will eventually bounce back. That is what someone raised. I could tell you are younger than me. Because even this is happening during my lifetime. Everyone raised in the past 20 years, that's how they think. They think that every stock will eventually bounce back. And that is not true. That is not how it works. That's not how it's supposed to work. That's not how it does work. Many stocks just go to zero and die. It's very common. But we've had 20 years of zero fucking cost of capital. You can just borrow money for free. Debt is free. And so zombie companies exist. Companies that should be out of business have been surviving for way too long. And they all eventually bounce back because there's so much liquidity sloshing around the system. But it's changing right now. Companies are going to zero. Bankruptcies are happening like at an insane rate already. I just brought Wetzel'sPretzels.com for $30 a year. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Wetzel'sPretzels.com. No, it's. I don't know why I thought that. I don't even know why I checked, bro. I don't know why I checked. You're so stupid. It's just their fucking website. It's because you said a specific number. I was so confused. Damn, looks good though, huh? Yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, Wetzel Warriors, mount up! Huh, huh, huh. Dude, I cannot wait to own a fucking Wetzel's. I would murder. You would murder someone for a Cinnabits? I feel like you wouldn't even get to enjoy the Cinnabits because the sin of murdering would weigh on your conscience. I know that you're a good guy, Hudat, and I think it would be a guilt that hangs over you that you couldn't enjoy the taste of the Cinnabits because you had just murdered someone for it. Yeah, but they would be so yummy, smiley. Atrioc, I've just been laid off from my job because my salary is enough to buy 6 people in the Philippines. Unfortunately, I'm from the Philippines as well. Wait, what? So you're in the Philippines now, and you were doing a remote job, but you got paid 6x? I mean, that's kind of hype that you got the money. It's a remote job. I don't know if there's an easy solution here. It sounds like whatever you did to get that job originally, do that again. That's amazing. You are in the Philippines and you got a fucking massive ass salary. So you get to live. I mean, with the cost of living in the Philippines, you were living like a king. Thoughts on prompt engineers being a real job title now? I think it's a very short-term situation. I think it is because it's all so new and people don't fucking get it at all that you can kind of... It's almost like being an alchemist, bro. But it's like... It's just like... It's kind of a little bit of a grift because really... They use natural language. It's not difficult to use. What is that? It's someone who basically types questions in a chat GPT. It's someone for a big company that types questions in a chat GPT, but like, you know, writes them in interesting ways. I'm doing that for free. Yeah, all students right now are doing that for free. Donald Glover's new studio is hiring AI engineers / animators. That's not a good sign. How do you deal with rejection from job interviews? I don't know. Deal. Bro, just don't worry about it. Move on. Arson? Yeah, move on, go next. Bro, move on, go next. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You want me to tell you some fucking... You got to look within yourself. You got to fucking... you just fucking... Honestly, you got to think of it as more of a, you know, numbers game. They're not all going to say yes. I don't know. Riot said no when I first applied. Move on, go next. Got the job at Twitch. You just gotta get a job. You can always come back later. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Didn't you totally deserve the no for wearing league gear to a business meeting? Okay, it's not exactly that. You don't remember the story 100%. But yes, I did deserve the no. My first resume for Riot had fucking a Pantheon picture on it. I absolutely deserve to fucking not get that job. It's fine. But I learned, you know, you learn. Here's what I'll say. This applies to everything. This is honestly applies to everything. This includes gaming, everything. Many times you will get, I don't know, a bad result or punished or lose or whatever for things that aren't 100% your fault. That's life. But the more you can realize the parts that you did control and can change, the better off you'll be. Like, and gaming is what teaches you this. Like, if you play League and you lose a game, often you're at a fucking teammate that was shittier than you, and they helped cause the loss. But you didn't play perfect. You could have done it better. So, like, even if the interviewer sucked ass or whatever, there's probably something you could have done better. You could have had a better resume. You could have fucking presented yourself better. Your ideas better. And if you focus on that stuff, then it's kind of like a cool grind rather than, like, being tossed about on the sea of life. Hey, Evan. Evan Gao, everybody. Evan Gao, how did the show go? Evan Gao did a, what is it called? It's the fucking OTK show. How did it go? Elevated. He did Elevated. He did it today. I watched the very beginning, but I had to go. Already got home. I had to clean. You got past today's round? Sheesh. Evan Gao, you got to get famous, bro. Who dat? Evan Gao. I'm cashing it in. One of you guys has to get famous. All right? I'm canceled. I'm over. You guys got to get famous and you got to fucking put me on your show. All right? We're on the next phase. I'm waiting on it, dude. You guys, where the fuck is it? I feel like I've been putting fuel in the rocket ship for fucking 2 years. STK to the moon, dude. Here's my hope, though. I'm figuring Psychic has a pretty good chance of being like an Evan Spiegel type of, you know, just kind of like a douchey young tech bro. I feel like he's going to start a fucking Snapchat 2 or something and make $1 billion. And then, well, actually, it'll be really funny because if Psychic becomes a billionaire tomorrow, I think he would specifically give me nothing because I didn't pay him those subs. I think Psychic would specifically, if he became the richest man in the world tomorrow, would actually make it a point to give me absolutely nothing because I didn't give him those subs. And that would be a very funny turn of events. I think that would be great. He would go out, yeah, he'd probably hire a blimp to go over to my house. Yeah, it'd be like a Darman video. It would actually be very funny. And I wouldn't even be too upset. I think that would be a great bit of irony. Video of Evan Gao winning. Oh.
Wait. Yeah.
This is not a video of Evan Gao winning. This is a video of Jesse Pinkman saying magnets, bitch. Those guys.
Yeah, bitch! Magnets! Oh!
Yeah, bitch! Magnets! Oh! Holy fuck! He's got a monster shirt too. Wow, it's all coming around the fucking... It's all coming around. Chills, dude. POV, you got magnets for Christmas. Well, that'd be a little crass to say at Christmas, right? That doesn't sound fun. Have you seen the clip of Evan getting kicked in the balls? No. I want to see that. Also, I might play a little RE4. Well, let's watch something. Let's watch something. And then maybe I'll play. It's late night. I'm chilling. RE4 would be fun.
Introducing
The brand new. What is this? Addition to Atrioc Streams. A 1-gallon sippy cup. Why did you link me this? Oh, shit. Now he doesn't need to go off stream for water that much. So when I do go off stream, now you know it's Coke. No, there's not coffee. There's obviously not a lot of coffee. It's water. I am not drinking a gallon of coffee at fucking 8 p.m. Prove it. Pour it out. Water. See? Water. Yeah, I think I remember because they say fucking clear coffee. Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember people saying clear coffee. Yep. Yes. 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 I miss Atrioc. It's the same person, bro. It's just I bust my hair. It's coming back. It's not a big deal. What is this link?
Danube is sponsored by Crossout.
The Danube and Europe's future. 25 minutes. Maybe. Leave it on a maybe. We'll keep that as a maybe. Let's see. What else we got? Atrioc, I went into my job interview for Wendy's and my manager asked me if I play RimWorld. What a fucking nerd. Did you tell him that in the interview? Because that might show that you have like an alpha, you have manager material written all over you. I'll rim your world, says Ludsy. And that is why Ludsy's Tinder has not been going so well. Let's see. 13-minute video about Jack Welch and how he broke capitalism. Interesting.
Perhaps the most
okay. Sure. I guess we could check it out. Well, let me TBD, dude. We've been having a lot of like discussion lately on capitalism, and I'm not interested in going super into it. Let's see. Cool vid short. Quick video about Nintendo? Ooh. What's this?
Nintendo is a company with...
The Nintendo Iceberg, a 3-hour video. You said quick, bro. I am not watching a 3-hour fucking iceberg. That's the fucking Titanic sinker. Video on why lobbying is legal?
$3.5 billion.
I'm actually super interested in this. I want to know exactly when it started. I mean, it's always been bribery, but when did it become... I mean, Citizens United. I just want to know like that story behind it. It's interesting. Let's watch it.
$1 were spent on political lobbying in 2019 alone. What's more is that political donations that funded presidential campaign ads topped $14 billion. These astronomical sums are not reserved for the highest echelons of federal politics either. Every year, vast fortunes are spent on influencing policy decisions from the Oval Office
legal bribery
and Congress all the way down to local city councils. But why is this allowed?
Good
Political
question.
lobbying combined with huge campaign contributions from wealthy individuals and companies has started to seem tantamount to bribery, where the best interests of the voting...
It started to seem. Fucking 3 to 4 decades of nonstop money for direct policy results. This is starting to seem like bribery. Is anyone else noticing this feels like they're just giving the politicians money and then getting what they wanted?
Public are seconded to those who write the biggest donation check, fundamentally undermining the democratic process, right? Well, it's time to defend the indefensible by learning how money works to influence politics, and why we should want it to stay...
I'm sorry, this is a pro lobbying video you linked me? You linked me a pro lobbying video? Why? Based. This is actually so based. I got a 30-minute video you should watch. Let him cook. All right. Let's let him cook, bro. Let's let him cook. Let's let Dan cook. Holy fuck. You linked me a fucking 10-minute pro lobbying video. Money should be in politics? Wow. I'm just shocked that someone in my chat thought this is a fucking... Let's see.
Like this. Now, before we get into the actual arguments in favor of political lobbying and campaign contributions, we need to get one thing out of the way.
Okay.
That is, that all of this is the law. The First Amendment, as discerned by the U.S. Supreme Court, protects politicians and their supporters' right to speak freely on political issues and in support or opposition of political individuals, parties, or ideas. The right to free speech...
It sounds like you're conflating free speech with paid speech, first of all. That's the first... And then also, many things in the past have been laws that weren't defensible, morally or with efficacy. I mean, at one point, slavery was legal, right? So that's not a good argument that it's the law. Yeah.
Which extends to using any legal means necessary to promote those ideas as loudly as possible. Now, whether spending money really counts as a form of speech is still a bit contentious. But hey, the Supreme Court, with the decisions in the landmark Citizens United and Buckley v. Vallejo cases, have kind of expressed that money in politics is a form of speech. Setting all that aside, let's explore why constitution...
Listen, we're only a little bit in. This is a terrible argument. Because, like, the crux of it is like, hey, someone higher up than you said it's fine, so it's fine. Like, this isn't defended on any grounds that would be defensible. It's good because the law says so. We're talking about the law being unjust. So saying, oh, it's a law is not a defense.
Constitutionally mandated or not, this whole process might still be a really good thing. So, to get started, we need to make a distinction between political lobbying and political donations, because they are two separate things. Political donations are pretty straightforward. It is the financial contributions paid to a political party or candidate for them to use on their election or re-election campaigns. Political lobbying is a little bit different. It involves special interest groups operating to actively sway the decision-making process of a politician, a party, or the entire government. It sounds pretty nefarious on the surface, but think of it like this. If you've ever attended something as simple as a town hall meeting to voice your opinion on what should happen to abandoned Lot 48, well, you've engaged in political lobbying. Political lobbying does not need to involve money at all, and it normally doesn't.
Okay, but that's not what we're talking about! Holy fuck! Come on! We're talking about corporations heavily using money in political lobbying. This is fucking crazy! Let them cook.
But the larger special interest groups that take lobbying much more seriously will normally be funded by large institutions or extremely wealthy
those
individuals.
are the problem. Yes.
This money will be used for a few things. It will normally be used to create some kind of awareness about the group. It will be used to pay off office facilities, and it will be used to pay the salaries of people that basically turn complaining in a public forum into a full-time job.
They don't do it only in a public forum,
this
bro.
money can also be used for donations. Now, technically, this can't be transactional. An agreement of something like $200,000 for a yes vote on an upcoming bill, that would be illegal. But that's where the marketing from earlier comes in, because lobbyists really walk this rule.
Is this satire? Is this satire? He is literally explaining, like, down to the detail, why it's so bad. He's explaining it. Like, this is actually a deeply unmaking his point. But I feel like he's also saying the opposite of what his points are proving.
Rule right up to the line. If a special interest lobbying group named Americans for Lower Taxes makes a contribution to your political campaign and you later publicly vote to support a new capital gains tax legislation, well, it should be pretty obvious that you aren't getting any more donations from them in the future, and chances are they will probably fund the opponent instead.
Yeah.
Good luck. The types of people that can afford to fund these organizations tend to have a different objective than the common man, and sometimes those objectives would even be at odds with what the majority might want. So
the fucking weasel language. They always have a different objective than the common man. That's why they spend all the money. That's why they hire the highly paid lobbyists. That's why they're not doing it for fucking fun. Everything about this is so weaselly.
So, obviously, this is a pretty gross misuse of financial dominance to subvert the outcome of the democratic process.
Yes.
Well, not necessarily. For starters, a good chunk of this money still does come from regular people.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
But more so than that, these organizations are actually limited on how they can make these donations. Right off the bat, the federal law does not allow corporations to donate money directly to political candidates, so they need to find alternatives. So what they do instead is use what's known as soft money. These institutions will pay to have a presence in Washington and a working personal relationship with lawmakers through their agents.
This is bad.
These agents can work as experts on certain issues and even draft legislation for
lawmakers
to put
terrible
before Congress. Again, this might sound bad, but in reality, our political system relies on these agents to operate effectively.
How many times are you gonna do this? This has to be satire, bro. This has to be. I feel like this is actually a long con to convince people that are on the other side belief why it's wrong. It has to be satire. They're literally walked through like 3 steps of the process, explained, yeah, this is terrible. Like, this sounds terrible, but hear me out. And then their but is always like, but some people don't use it that way. But there's a guy that gives $5 to Bernie Sanders, so you want to get rid of that? Then it's like, that's not what we're talking about.
I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of lawmakers are fucking stupid.
But I'd ask you, how does that show up on a 7-year-old's
Okay,
iPhone
it's satire.
who's playing a kid's game?
It's satire. It's satire.
Congressman, iPhone is made by a different company.
A majority of them are ex-lawyers at best.
It's satire.
Or cranky old businessmen looking for something to do in retirement at worst. Imagine you put the issue of something like encrypted data collection in front of your grandparents to debate over, and you might start seeing the issue.
That doesn't mean the corporations that benefit most from the legislation should get to write it. That means we need to get smarter politicians, or we need to get experts. They can hire experts. They can use government funds to hire experts. It does not mean that they should be able to let the fucking corporations write their own regulations. They do not know what's best how to regulate themselves.
Sometimes these guys have no idea what they are legislating. For what it's worth, that's fine. It's impossible to expect all these lawmakers to be experts on all things, which is why they are free to ask for help. A political lobbyist from the tech space will be able to explain in-depth ramifications of a proposed piece of legislation. They will also be able to—
But they're extremely biased! The whole point is that they are paid to think a certain way. The political lobbyist is the worst person to talk to because their entire paycheck rests on making sure you do a certain thing. So they're not the best person to talk to for advice. That's crazy. And also, tech experts in Washington exist. Like my friend, Ben SW. Not like this. Spam, not like this in chat. For our fucking democracy. Not like this. He works in Washington. He is one of the most fucking, literally patriotic people I've ever met. He's an actual patriot because he could make fucking 4x his salary in Silicon Valley, but he quit to move to fucking Washington to work on the staff of a senator to explain tech issues. Guy's a fucking Chad. He's also the brother of Aaron Swartz, the famous guy that was the pioneer of the open internet and got fucking bullied into, you know, I don't want to go into it. But anyway, Ben Swartz, fucking absolute G. And it just makes no fucking sense, bro. Like, people like him exist and will advise on this stuff without a fucking financial bias.
To speak about this using the kind of legal jargon that only lawmakers, lawyers, and judges really understand. But
by the way, I'm reading this book. A fucking fantastic book. One of the best books I've read in a minute. It makes me kind of depressed, but at least I feel smarter. Wait. This is Plunder. I'm going to do a video on it. I've been reading it. And they talk specifically, there's a part in it about how hedge funds, which again are one of the big centers of corruption and fraud and decline in America, and they're just buying up running businesses and milking them dry. It's kind of the Toys R Us story. They specifically, on purpose, are incredibly good at a strategy of making the problems they create and what they do seem incredibly boring. Like they have like, I think he calls it like a boring force field, but they literally try to make it as boring as possible because then politicians don't care. And more importantly, the public can't care. Like we can't focus our anger at it because it's not interesting enough. Like if they are like, for example, one of the things hedge funds have done is they've bought up like hundreds of nursing homes across America and just reduced the quality. That's like one money-making scheme of hedge funds is they bought up like all nursing homes and they reduce the quality. They pay staff less. They make it, old people are dying. People are dying in care that weren't before. They reduce the quality and just suck out the money. And like, anytime people try to get into that, there's a wave of boring. There's a wave of boring that makes it impossible for the public to focus on and be angry at. Because there's layers of like shell companies and just legalese and jargon and whatever that makes it hard to like find a face, find a name, and get mad at them.
But it's still important for creating robust legislation.
The name of the book is Plunder. Private Equity's Plan to Pillage America. It's got a cool pirate logo on the front. Good book.
Of course, these lobbyists are paid by the tech companies, so they will always try and spin any proposal in favor of the tech companies they represent. But lawmakers know this, and a good ongoing relationship requires a bit of honesty from these lobbyists, otherwise these politicians aren't going to ask for their help anymore. Now, you might say, well, why don't we just pay to have public expertise advise politicians in order to take out the special interests of these pieces of advice?
Yes!
And
yes!
You might be able to guess it. That would be really expensive. People that are qualified enough to speak with confidence on the legislative...
Fuck off! Fuck off, bro! That's... Okay, we're just fucked then? That would be expensive. To have real advisors talk to our political leaders, that would be expensive. So we should let the companies come in and write them ourselves. There's no long-term expense to that in declining trust in our government, in fucking endless layers of monopoly, choking off all innovation. Also, richest country on planet Earth, by the way. Yeah. Also spends, like $800 billion in the military.
Process while also being experts on topics ranging from technology to medical research all the way up to environmental sustainability attract fat salaries. You would also need lots of them because not all of them are going to be experts on all issues. You would also need enough to go around between all of the lawmakers considering an important issue. It's just not feasible.
It is feasible!
But perhaps all of this is skirting around the main issue. As hard as I try and defend it, there are loopholes in place that allow massive piles of money to flow into election campaigns that are costing more money than most people's entire extended family will see in 100 lifetimes.
Terrible.
Okay, but consider the alternatives. There are a few options here. State-funded election campaigns, exclusively self-funded campaigns, or no funding allowed at all. Let's start with the last one. Some groups have floated the idea of eliminating campaign funding altogether. Instead, candidates would be invited to attend a series of public forums where they could debate issues, and that would be the extent of the process. The problem here is that it disproportionately favors incumbent lawmakers, because they will be the person that the people know. By the same logic, it also favors people who have a strong public image outside of politics, i.e. celebrities. And if there's one thing we don't need, it's more celebrities in politics.
What? So first of all, that undercuts your own point because we already have this problem. This is already happening, right? So what you're saying is we don't want to do that because it'll cause this problem that we already have. First of all, just to be clear, just to understand, that is literally what we have now. This is already a problem.
It also doesn't necessarily stop someone else with a big audience swinging the result of an election. Think of someone like Casey Neistat, who made 2 videos supporting Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden in their respective presidential elections.
And famously, Hillary swept that election. Once she got the Neistat bump, it was over.
Casey was well within his right to do this, of course. First Amendment and all that good stuff. But he could get that message out to millions of potentially undecided voters. And if actual politicians didn't have a platform to share their counterargument, well, then politics would quickly turn into a game of who has the most
It
famous
already
friends.
is!
Well, okay. What if...
Except now it's also who has the most fucking corporations they can sell out to. It is already that, plus who can literally sell their values out to the most corporations to get $1 billion of ad space.
Instead, the government gave these candidates a budget they could spend any way they like on promoting their campaign. Sure, it might cost taxpayer dollars, but maybe that is worth it to get corporate influence out of politics. The problem is, how do you distribute this money? You could distribute it to parties based on the seats they currently hold in government, but this can cause drastic and irreversible chain reactions that favor one party over another. If one party has a really good election cycle, they would get more money in the next election, and likely win more seats, which would give them more money in the election after that, and so on until they control the entire government. The other alternative is to just give money to every candidate, but this causes other issues. Mostly, people just running for office to get money from the government.
That would be a funny scheme. Just run for election in every fucking county you can at all times to get your fucking campaign budget and then spend it all on fucking parties for yourself and a new house and shit.
Government. Now, some states actually run what are called clean elections, which is basically what has been described here. And this problem of non-serious competitors is a really big deal. If this became widespread enough, people could just make it their full-time job to run for every election out there and secure themselves some campaign funding. Now, you might say, this sounds simple to solve. Just throw these fraudulent candidates in jail, and yeah, sure, I suppose that could work. But no great government in history relied on throwing political candidates in prison in order to run proper elections.
But they're not political candidates. They're just trying to scam the government. This is such a small scale thing to solve. Like this is not a reason. This is like I don't know. Like not adding seatbelts to cars because like somebody might burn their hand on the metal in a hot car. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, yes, that might happen. But we can figure that out, or they can just not touch the hot seatbelt. Do you know what I'm saying? The scale of the problem is so much smaller, what you're talking about here. And like, yes, this is something we have to work through, but this is not a reason to allow money in politics, which has corrupted basically like every value in America.
The optics of that would be awful. All right. What about only allowing self-funded election campaigns? Well, this is the worst solution of the bunch. This is how you get nothing but billionaires being president, because they are the only ones that can afford to pay for all the TV ads, rallies, and public appearances across the country. The current system of political lobbying is far from perfect. And yes, there do look to be some policy decisions made in the past that work more to secure political funding, more so than acting in the best interest of the public. But, as the great Winston Churchill once said, it's the worst system of government, except for all of the alternatives. This was the second video in our series of defending.
Bro, when Winston Churchill said that, the top marginal tax rate was like 90% in Britain, and in America, and we had generally broad trust in institutions. We had growth where you made more money than your parents, where education was cheaper, healthcare was cheaper. Like when he said that, it was not before 70 years of every fucking value getting ripped apart by corporate lobbying. So this is video. I can't tell if it was satire or not. Maybe it's a series where he just always plays devil's advocate. I don't know, but it was if it was taken sincerely, it's awful. Awful video. Big Ed, have you watched Blackberry yet? No, I super want to see it. There's probably not a movie I'm more excited for in a long time. Maybe Fast 10 because obviously family. If you haven't seen Blackberry, well, I'll wait till I see it before I give you a positive recommendation. But based on the trailer alone, I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked to see it. Oh, I'll finish out this video.
The industries that look to be indefensible. If you enjoyed this topic, go watch our first video in this series, which defended the multi-level marketing industry and explored why they have managed to avoid being classed as pyramid schemes.
Okay. I see. It is like a Devil's Advocate series, which okay. Cool. I'm glad that you get some joy out of it, defending things that have caused so much damage and pain. Oh, top comment's pretty great though. All politicians should have to wear NASCAR type jackets with all of their sponsors so we know who they're working for. That'd be fucking base. That'd be so fucking base, dude. Just Intuit TurboTax patches on every fucking member of the finance committee. President Doritos Locos Tacos Bush Jr. It's actually coming up on 10. We might just watch well, we could watch one more something, and then I want to watch Community. We're getting near the end of season 5. What's this? Oh.
If I asked you
the single greatest individual season in NBA history? Is this Jimmy High Roller or whatever? I actually love this guy's videos. I might watch this. This actually sounds kind of fucking dope. But let me see. There was one more video that sounded cool. All right, we're gonna watch this one. This sounds dope.
Throughout NBA history, who had the best individual season and what year did it take place? What would your answer be? Can a season truly be great if a player doesn't lead their team to a championship? What about empty stats or years where players put together incredible seasons but didn't walk away with the MVP? Just like many other fans of the game, I've always wondered who truly had the greatest season in NBA history.
Probably
if we were to somehow add up
right?
all the things that a player did throughout a season, their impact and value, and condense all of it into one number, some sort of value or greatness score, then we could determine who had the best season of all time. And so that's what I did. A formula to decide who had the best individual season in NBA history. And not only did I find that season, but it was so great that no other season comes even close.
It's got to be Jordan, right?
Today's video is brought to you by SeatGeek. A new NBA season is upon us. Just look.
I'm not an NBA expert. Let me guess. I'm going to guess whatever season Jordan got his second ring. What was that, like 87? That's my guess. 92?
Look at it. Ain't it beautiful? And with the season underway,
92?
SeatGeek is here to get us
92?
back in on the action.
Okay.
Check this out. Just download the SeatGeek app and use the promo code
92.
Jimmy to get $20 off your
That's my
first
guess.
order.
92
SeatGeek
Jordan.
makes buying tickets easier than ever before with a rating system that lets you know which ticket.
What about my rookie season? People would say that because I put up I put up 60 points a game, I think. Yeah, it was pretty good. Got the championship, got the MVP. But it's like, yes, I did that, but I also did other things. I was also a philanthropist, and I was a guy. So, like, to me, it was only a small part of that year. I guess some people call me the greatest of all time for that season, but it's like NBA wasn't where my heart was.
Order today. With the 2023 NBA
We
season
stand a
going
humble
completely
king.
off the rails with big games, huge numbers, and record-breaking performances every other night, I had to gather myself and put all of this madness into context. How historic are these seasons really? Where do the individual performances of this season rank among the greatest season performances in NBA history? Well, in order to answer this question, I had to create a basic formula that factors in everything a player does on an individual level throughout a season. But first, I had to determine what numbers and awards actually matter and which ones don't. For example, winning the MVP is the greatest individual award a player can win, but there have been countless amazing seasons in which players did not win the award. So we can't use this as a metric to measure how great an individual season really was.
Okay.
I also had to exclude statistics that were heavily skewed by team performance, like win totals or even stats like offensive and defensive rating. We are, after all, looking for the best individual season. So after much deliberation, I narrowed down the criteria for—
Bro, I want to be a YouTuber that, like a clip YouTuber. I want to be a YouTuber that never has to be on camera. You can read a script and then the editor puts a bunch of clips of slam dunks or whatever. You don't have to fucking do, I mean, you can record this whole voiceover in 10 minutes and it's all the editor doing all the work, just putting fucking clips. That's so much better, dude. I should make a new channel. That would be so easy. We just put clips of like, I don't know, Coca-Cola stock going down or something. And I'm like, let's talk about stocks.
For the best season ever to these 9 factors: points, rebounds, and assists, if a player was selected to an all-defensive team, if a player won Defensive Player of the Year, if they led the league in one of the 3 major statistics: player efficiency
Marketing
rating,
dunk
win
of the
shares,
day.
box plus minus, value over replacement, and just to spice things up, All-Star Game MVP. The total number that a player achieves from these 9 metrics is their season score. The higher the score, the greater the season. And before we get started, I want to point out a few things. As I stated before, I did not factor in MVPs in this experiment because there's just been far too many incredible seasons where players were not crowned the most valuable player. Like in 1989, when Michael Jordan clearly had the best season that year, but Magic Johnson won the MVP. Another thing to keep in mind here is that most statistics that are available today have only been around since 1975. So any great season that took place in the early 70s and 60s was excluded from this experiment, which actually shouldn't even be a problem since a lot of NBA fans act like those seasons never even happened anyways. Another major factor that I left out was postseason success. And I know this will be a controversial decision, but in order to even make it deep into the playoffs, a great player still needs a solid supporting cast, or else he has no real shot to win it all. An obvious example of this is Nikola Jokic's last season with the Nuggets. One of the best individual seasons of all time, just to be knocked out of the first round of the playoffs in a gentleman's sweep. Despite what a player did or did not accomplish throughout a season, we are looking for the best season from a player who had the biggest impact on the court game after game. And after spending countless, mind-numbing, migraine-inducing hours searching through hundreds of seasons from any and every player who even had a shot at putting together an all-time year, I have found the single greatest individual season in NBA history. And it's a season that was so good, no other season by any other player comes even close. But I want to give some perspective on these season scores and what a good season looks like, what a great season looks like, and what an all-time season looks like. Back in 2018, LeBron James finished second in MVP voting and had one of the most complete all-around seasons of his career. In hindsight, some fans even believe he should have won the MVP that season. And according to our metric, that year LeBron James had a season score of 109.7. This is a great season by any standard, nearly an all-time season. But James Harden rightfully took home the MVP with a season score of 112.4. In 2015, Steph Curry won his first league MVP and put together one of the most memorable seasons in recent NBA history. That year, his season score was 97.3. Wow. In 2006, Kobe Bryant had statistically the best season of his career and achieved a season score of 119.1. Let's go, Kobe. And yet, Steve Nash won the MVP that season with a season score of just 84.
Racism. Straight up racism. What the fuck? Get out of here with that 84. I used to go to Steve Nash games. I lived in Phoenix at the time. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I used to live by when I first moved down to LA. And we were like trying to find a place. So we just lived in like a temporary apartment. We lived literally right next to the huge Kobe mural in downtown LA. And people would always be at our outside our back window taking photos. We were literally right next to the Kobe mural. It was kind of cool.
But these numbers are all relative. A season score of 20 is about league average. A score of about 45 is what you would find in a quality starter. A season score of about 65 is an all-star level season, and a season score of 85 is an all-NBA level season. And once a player gets into the triple digits, a season score of 100 or more, they are well on pace to earning an MVP. But even a score of 100 is nowhere near what a player must accomplish to even crack a top 50 season of all time. Because the 50th greatest individual season came from James Harden in 2018 when he piled up a season score of 112.4. In fact, here's a chart of the top 50 individual seasons in NBA history according to our season score metric. The first 3 seasons to crack the top 50 all came from James Harden in just a 4-year span between 2017 and 2020. Michael Jordan was so good, so early in his career, that even his rookie season made the list as the 42nd best individual season of all time. Tracy McGrady put together his best season in 2003 with a season score of 115.3. Hakeem's 1994 campaign lands at the 35th spot of all time, and just above him you'll find Steph's unanimous MVP season in 2016. Nikola Jokic achieved a career-high season score last season with a total of 120.3 points, the 23rd best individual season of all time. But Giannis actually scored just slightly higher than Jokic did last season with a season score of 120.9. Russell Westbrook's MVP year is the 17th best individual season of all time and easily the best season of his career. Keep going up and we'll find the best seasons from some of the greatest players of all time. Dwayne Wade in 2009, KG in 2004, Kareem in 76. In 2020, Giannis put together one of the greatest seasons ever with a season score of 129.8. Just behind LeBron's 2009 season, which turns out to be the best individual season of his career, where he earned a season score of 130.2. And after this mark, we enter the Michael Jordan zone, where it's a whole lot of MJ reeling off some of the best individual seasons of all time, year after year. And right at the top are the 3 best individual seasons of all time.
Is that Shaq? 2000 Shaq?
Time. David Robinson's criminally underrated 1994 season, Shaq's...
Who the fuck is David Robinson? I don't know enough about that. Who the fuck is David Robinson? The Admiral? I don't know. I don't fucking know 94 basketball. David Robinson. David Robinson played for the Spurs. He's now a part owner of the Spurs. That's cool. He's one of the greatest centers in NBA history. And okay, cool. And they call him the Admiral because he was in the Navy or something? Yeah, he did the military service. Wow. It's kind of based. All right, cool.
Masterpiece in the 2000 NBA season, and Michael Jordan's 1989 season that earned him a season score of 137.7. Hold up. There's one season missing here. Oh, there it is.
Isn't Michael that Jordan's what I fucking said? Didn't I say fucking 87 Jordan? I was off by a year, bro. I was off by a fucking year. You guys switched it to 92. No. I said 87 first, and you guys made me switch to 92. You said second championship, which was 92. I guess you're right. He didn't get a championship in the 80s? I said, no, I didn't say 88. I said 87 first. I said, I think the year Jordan got his second championship, I said 87. But he didn't get any, if he didn't get a ring in the 80s. He won 91 to 93 in the 96 98. I guess you're right. Wow, so is this an insane stat?
Let
me see. Let me watch this.
Oh, there it is. Michael Jordan's 1988 regular season, widely regarded as the greatest of all time. And that's because it is. With a season score of 154.8, Jordan's 1988 campaign is the greatest individual season.
So it's 20 points higher than the next highest? Which is also him. Wait, it's holy fuck. 20. It's a little less than 20. 20 points higher than Shaq. Damn. So Shaq's 2000 season, huh? I guess I remember. Obviously Shaq and Kobe, but I don't remember Shaq's 2000 being that standout. But more than
in
Kobe's.
NBA history, and it's not even remotely close. But I want to take a deeper look at these results because they reveal some interesting things about what we know and what we thought we knew. Some all-time legends that didn't even have a single season that made the top 50 list include Larry Bird.
I'm sorry, go back a bit. Jordan is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the top 10. Yeah, he's him, bro. I'm gonna say it. I think Michael Jordan's pretty good at this basketball game. I'm gonna be the brave one. Someone's got to do it. No one ever gives this guy his credit.
Time legends that didn't even have a single season that made the top 50 list include Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Tim Duncan, Charles Barkley, Dirk Nowitzki, and many more. On the other hand, there have been a handful of players that have had multiple seasons that cracked the top 50. These players include Michael Jordan with 11 top 50 seasons of all time, LeBron James with 5, James Harden, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and David Robinson with 4 apiece, Kareem and Garnett with 3, and Hakeem, Kobe, Jokic, Shaq, and Chris Paul, all with 2 top 50 seasons each. But the most interesting thing that these numbers reveal is that the second best individual season in NBA history didn't even earn an MVP. Michael Jordan's 1989 season ranks second all time among season scores, and somehow he still finished second in MVP voting that season behind Magic Johnson, who earned a season score of 103.9. Still a great score, but nowhere near the season Michael had. And if you take a look at their numbers throughout that season, it's clear that a robbery took place here. Same thing happened in 1990 when Michael Jordan put up the 5th highest season score in NBA history and finished not second, but 3rd in MVP voting behind Magic Johnson and Charles.
Yeah, but I don't know if you know this. Charles Barkley patted me on the head at a McDonald's. I don't know if I've mentioned this once or twice before. So that kind of put him over the top in my mind to make him one of the greats. And I think he edged out Michael Jordan. Never told us before? I might mention it once or twice again.
Charles Barkley. And again, the numbers are clear as day. This MVP should have gone to Michael, and it's not even close. Now, the idea that Michael Jordan and LeBron James should have probably won more MVPs throughout their careers becomes even more glaring through the lens of this season score metric. But of all the seasons that made an appearance on this list, only the 2009 season features 3 players who all put up top 50 seasons of all time. That year, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul all not only had historically great seasons, all 3 of them put up top 25 seasons in NBA history. As I spoke about before, in most seasons, a game score of 100 will give a player a real shot at winning the league MVP. CP3, D Wade, and LeBron all had season scores of over 120.
But with
this NBA season being flooded with all-time talent and incredible performances every single night, are there any players that are putting together seasons this year that would crack this all-time list? We'll have to make a couple estimations here because some stats within our metric like VORP and win shares are cumulative stats. But at their current pace, here are the projected season scores for the best players in the NBA this season, with the top 5 season scores coming from Luka, Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, and Tatum. And if a season score of 100 warrants a real shot at the MVP award, then there are currently 6 players who are all having an MVP caliber season. But in terms of cracking the top 50 list, only Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic are on pace to making the cut. In fact, Luka is on pace to racking up a season score of 123.1, which would earn him the 15th best individual season of all time, right behind LeBron's 2013 season. And Nikola Jokic is on pace to having a season score of 116.4, which would land him at the 38th spot all time. And after gathering data from hundreds of seasons of dozens of players, I got to thinking about peaks. Who was the best when they were at their best? Some players have maybe 1 or 2 seasons that stand far above any other year they've put together, like Tracy McGrady in 2003 or Russell Westbrook in 2017, while other players completely control the game on an individual level season after season. So here is a chart of NBA legends and the combined season scores of the best 5-year stretch of their career. For example, Isaiah Thomas's best 5-year stretch came between 1984 and 1988, where his total season scores throughout those years was 379.3.
Who had the best peak? Okay.
Damian Lillard's run from 20.
There's my uncle Patrick Ewing. He did really well. We have the same basketball knowledge, IQ, ability.
17 to 2021 earned him a total of 438.
Hot take: Bugs Bunny went crazy in that one basketball movie. Yeah, dude. I would say Bugs Bunny's 1998-99 peak is like one of the fucking... It's an all-timer, dude. It's an all-timer.
8.9. Just above Magic Johnson and Moses Malone is Karl Malone, who is the first player on this chart to crack 500. Nikola Jokic is currently in his best 5-year stretch and has a total score of 508.8.
Higher than Steph?
But this number will jump much higher after this season.
I thought Steph, like, what, Steph, 2014 to 19. Isn't that a fucking insane run? Isn't that... That's got to be like an all-time... I'm surprised it's only on 500.
Somewhere around the 540 range. Kobe, Hakeem, and Bird all had similarly great primes in the NBA, ranging from 514 to 518. Tim Duncan is sandwiched right between Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. Our first big jump occurs with James Harden's run between 2016 and 2020. And after these marks, we get into the very best individual runs in NBA
Anything
history.
is possible!
Shaq in the early 2000s, a young Kareem, a mind-boggling 5-year individual stretch from day.
Does this include KG's performance in Uncut Gems? Because that should add at least another 200 points. You know what I'm saying?
David Robinson in the mid-90s, Giannis's current historic run dating back to 2018, and LeBron James at his absolute peak from 2008 to 2012. Just 5 points shy of cracking the 600 mark. Possibly the greatest individual.
Okay, I noticed Michael Jordan's not on here, so he's going to do this. He's going to do the thing where he zooms up the fucking... Yeah, I do notice a pattern with this guy's videos. He loves a graph that slow climbs into an outlier. That is his fucking favorite. And I think it's because we as an audience love it. We love seeing a graph that shows something and then jumps, and it's like, what? All right, LeBron, number 2. Let's see the Jordan.
Prime of all time. Well, at least it would have been if Michael Jordan didn't exist. Because from 1988 to 1992, MJ rattled off 5 of the top 16 individual seasons of all time. By far, the greatest stretch of seasons we've ever seen from any player, earning him a prime total score of 680.9, leaving him in a league of his own, even amongst the greatest players.
That's actually insane. Just based on the gap between other players. The difference between Jordan and Braun in this metric is just made up, right? But in this metric, which does take into account some real stats, is the difference between Braun and fucking Kawhi. And like nobody would call them comparable.
Players in NBA history. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time.
Yeah, good video. Interesting. Fun. Kawhi's always injured? Yeah, I mean, I went to that fucking Suns Clippers game and Kawhi wasn't even there. He was out. Injured. Where's Messi? Yeah, it was weird. I didn't see Ronaldo or Messi in there at all. Like, does he fucking hate Europeans? I don't get it. Like, they didn't get included. It was a little weird. He should. Would love to see the Wilt number. I think they said they don't have stats for that. But yeah, it would be interesting to see some of the, like a Bill Russell or Wilt or some of the early guys who were dominant. It's 10:18. Let's watch one community, perhaps. This is my community face. Yao Ming missing? No, you missed we cut off the end of the video where he says, actually, there's one more. And he zooms up 1,000 points above Michael Jordan, and it's Yao Ming. Wingspan out to here, dude. All right, Community. He was nice. Yeah, he was great. I mean, he was when I was young. There was a lot of Yao Ming fans, but I don't think he's a top fucking 50 player all time. Okay, Community. If you are over 7 feet tall, isn't there a 1 in 7 chance you're in the NBA? Is that how this stat works? I don't think so. Wait, maybe true. Well, let's see it. Busting the myth. Let's see. It's just a long comment section. I can't fucking. Well, I don't know. The actual truth is, but the stat is that there's 7. If you are over 7 feet tall, there's a 17% chance you're in the NBA. that is the stat that goes around, but I don't know. Wow, wait. Based on this fucking Quora answer, which is not factual, only 3,000 people in the world are over 7 feet tall? Is that true? Of 8 billion people, only 3,000 are over 7 feet tall? That doesn't sound right at all. That doesn't sound right. I don't believe that. That can't be right. I didn't know all of you were so short. I'm 7'3", dude. When I crouch. You ever met someone over 7 feet? Look in the mirror. Damn, I don't know. I wish I had an actual stat on that. If that's true, that's crazy. I didn't know it was so rare. Anyway, we are on an episode called VCR Maintenance and Educational Publishing. Interesting. Oh, it's the, I remember this. I don't remember if I liked it or not, but it's an episode with a cool conceit. Let's watch it.
It's settled.
But first, let's get some snacks. What is your number one diss track of all time? Hit 'em up, maybe? Tupac. Also, I liked, there was one. Wait, there was one like back in the early 2000s. It was Eminem and Ja Rule. No, was it Ja Rule? No, it was, who was it? It was the one where he was like, dude, I gotta remember this. I gotta find the lyric. There was one lyric that stuck with me, but it's not sticking with me right now. It was Benzino. I forgot. It was Benzino, bro. The fucking owner of the Source magazine. What was the lyric? It was Nail in the Coffin. Rap Genius. What is the lyric? Yeah. Okay, wait. Because I think Benzino in his track or his magazine said he was going to slap Eminem's mom. And also that he was like a successful coke dealer. Basically, that's what he said. And I think this is it.
Kill him dead, bitch. To be out killing. Slap my mom. Slap the fuck out of her. She can't sue you. She wouldn't get a buck out of you because you're broke as fuck. You suck. You're a fucking joke. If you was really selling coke, well then what the fuck you stop for, dummy? If you slew some crack, you'd make a lot more money than you do from rap.
I thought that was hilarious. Oh, the hum. Oh, yeah, where the hum. Sorry. I can turn off the hum. But yeah, that was the idea. Slap my mom, slap the fuck out of her. She couldn't sue you. She couldn't get a buck out of you. Oh, that was great. All right, anyway, watch the commercials. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah, the Pusha T. Wait, the Pusha T diss is probably the best.
You do feel great. I just shattered my hand. Oh, yeah! Get Cooper on the phone right now.
Steve, this is Bill. He owns his place and he's got more money than God.
I'm filthy rich. I'm always tan and I got a great ass too, but my marriage sucks, so I hate my life.
Bill, I'm Steve. I'm marrying a girl just because of her looks, and we're rushing right into making babies. I got no income because I just quit my job, and I don't care because I feel great. Yeah!